Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Seraphic0, and we're playing the Monster Hunter World Beta. So as you know, the beta has closed, but we recently got news that the beta is going to reopen on December 22nd. So it's going to open for 3 days, again like before, but the difference this time is that the beta will be open to all PS4 players, not just players who have a PlayStation Plus. So now that a larger community has access to the beta, I highly recommend that everyone go out and give it a try. I think you should also be able to play the multiplayer missions even without PlayStation Plus. Of course, when the full game rolls around in January, I think you still do need PS Plus to do the multiplayer. But anyway, I'm getting right into this video. So this is a solo hunt of the Diablos. This is the same footage that I used before for my my new lance combo demonstration from earlier. But yeah, so we're just gonna go over this part again. And the hunt, it doesn't go perfect, but it does go pretty well, so I thought I'd go ahead and post it. And honestly, I think while Rathalos is more challenging because he's just flying around like an asshole, the Diablos hunt is definitely a lot more fun. Yeah, so my kill time here is a little bit slower than a lot of other people's is, and I think the reason for that is because, well, here I'm just kind of dicking around and trying to break the horns because I hate them. And the other reason is that I don't really like using the flash bugs in this area because, I don't know, I'll be honest and say I really abused the hell out of flash bugs when I was playing Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and so I just don't really like using them all too much, especially when they're unnecessary. So in the beta, I've noticed that when a monster is flash bombed, it tends to just do its growling animation instead of like trying to attack blindly. So I feel like that they kind of reduced the danger a little bit. I don't think they really should have done that, or maybe the behavior is just that way during the beta. So I don't know. Okay, so it looks like we got a mount on the Diablos, and in my opinion, I think the mounting minigame lasts too long. It just takes too long to take the monster down, and there's just too much goofing around. So it really feels like it's killing your DPS. And on top of that, when you do have the monster fall down, it only stays down for a few seconds. So it almost feels like it's a waste of time, honestly. Alternatively, when you're in multiplayer, the other players can still damage the monster, so that's a plus. That was really poor timing. Yeah, so in the beta, the Diablos, I'd say, is almost the most dangerous monster because it just really hits like a truck. You're totally undergeared for this, and the Diablos just hits really, really hard. And I think there are some attacks that will allow it to one-shot you, so you have to be very careful to watch what it's doing and to avoid getting hit. Yeah, so one thing I'm definitely trying to take advantage of is the super guard stance for the lance. I was expecting it to behave a little bit differently against Diablos. So yeah, so the reason I'm using it is because basically I can basically control how much stamina I lose, and also the super guard also has significantly reduced knockback compared to everything else. But the thing that is a little strange about this is that I'm still taking a very good amount of chip damage through the super guard, and that's likely because this is basically the Diablos' heaviest attack. And typically, whoa, yeah, I'm not sure how that got through my block. I think it was because the Diablos technically came up behind me instead of in front of me, and so that's gonna cause me to get hit sometimes. Oh yeah, there goes one of its horns. Okay, so the super guard, you do receive some chip damage against Diablos when using the super guard. It still does allow you to make a decent counterattack, I was using the leaping thrust because I was trying to avoid bouncing on its horns again, but I believe using the counter thrust with, or the upstab with circle when you're super guarding, that will probably do the highest damage. So if you wait a little bit, it'll be safe to use the counter upstab again. So do that when you're countering the dig attack. Yeah, so I was a little disappointed that the super guard still does receive chip damage. So I think what you'll... Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I was trying to lure the Diablos into the trap, but obviously this was a test, and I guess, well, dig attacks do destroy traps still, so yeah, wasted my trap. Yeah, so I'm still taking chip damage on there, and typically it's because when you take chip damage, it's because of the it's because chip damage is related to the defense stat on your armor. So as you get armor with better defense, you should either take 0 or maybe little chip damage. And then you can also reduce chip damage by getting the guard armor skills. In the old games there was guard +1 and guard +2. In World, I'm not really sure how the levels on it works, or maybe there may not be levels at all. So, yeah, so in this, the Diablos doesn't really have that many moves. Like it obviously does the running charge attack. After that, it typically either turns around and charges again, or it'll sweep its tail left and right. I'm trying to make use of the... Oops, oh, that is not good at all. Ugh. Oh, God. Out of stamina. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so, yeah, if you try to chase after it with the lance charge, sometimes the tail sweep will catch you as you're getting close, so you have to wait like half a second before you initiate the charge, just in case that happens. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, it has a few attacks, but they're really, really well telegraphed, like this one. Normally, you should not try to counter the first hit, because that attack has 2 hits to it, and the second hit will catch you if you're countering, so be careful about using the counter on that one. Oof. Yeah, lots of digging, but yeah, you can just super guard your way through it. Yeah, so you see how the upstab did 39 damage, and that was a lot more than the leaping thrust, which will do like 8 or 9 times 3. So 39's a lot better. Yeah, otherwise, you just need to aim for the Diablos' weak spot, which is... Ooh, that was weird. What the heck? That was really weird. What was he even aiming for? Anyway, the Diablos' weak spot is its belly, so I'm primarily focusing all of my attacks right there. And that makes it easy because his belly is just really easy to access. You're not going to have any trouble hitting it with any weapon, typically. Oh yeah, so what I did right there is that the Diablos' roar is so powerful that even when you block or counter, you're going to be knocked back for a really long time. So an alternate way you can activate Super Guard is in the knockback animation, you can actually press R2 and X, and that will activate the Super Guard also, and that allows you to instantly hold your ground at the cost of, you know, the stamina drain. But yeah, that's an alternate way you can use it if you're getting knocked back, or if you happen to be in a situation where you didn't raise your Super Guard quickly enough. So that's another way to activate it. Yeah, so the Diablos retreated to a different area, and I began the engagement using a shock trap, and I got a lot of really good damage off on it. And now it's just growling. Yeah, Diablos seems to growl a lot, like in the beta. And using the... yeah, Yeah, the guard dash and the leaping thrust to close distance. It has a lot of reach to it, which is really useful. Yeah, I think I missed the belly and caught the wing instead. Oh, thank you. Oh, that is really useful. Oh, looks like it's weak. Ah, crap. Yeah, that is so annoying. I really wish that the Lance Chart had ESP on it, but the fact that you bounce on the Diablos' tail makes you, yeah, it just interrupts your charge and you can't continue it. I really wish you had some options that if you bounce, you can, you know, use some sort of input to continue the charge or something. Alright, so, yeah, Diablos was limping and it went off to sleep. Weirdly enough, it just sleeps right next door, so, yeah, I'm gonna just plant some bombs here to get the sleep damage bonus. And, yeah, I think I got its other horn. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, normally I would have put another trap behind the Diablos, but I think I had used up all my traps at this point. There is a second. Oh shit! Yeah, it's using the sand curtain. Ugh. Yeah, thankfully that attack can be countered normally without using super guard. Yeah, as I was saying, there is a second shock trap in the item box if you want to run back for it, but typically if you're doing well enough... Whoa! Ah, man, that is really annoying. Yeah, I'm not really sure what causes that, but sometimes it's safer to just take a step back so that you can make sure the Diablos is not actually hitting behind you. It's just really random when that happens. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I fucked that up. And I fucked that up doing the exact thing that I told you not to do earlier, but, you know... Yeah, even if you know not to do things, it's all about practice, you know, and sometimes you fuck up. Alright, so, I don't know, like, I didn't really want to waste time to eat again or resharpen my weapon or whatever. So I went ahead and just ran directly back to the Diablos. Yeah, it was already limping, so it shouldn't be necessary to do whatever. Dang, paralysis knives didn't take. What the heck is going on? There it goes. Yeah, normally you can get a paralysis off in just 2 attacks, but... yeah, there it goes. Bleh. Yeah, so how long did this take? About 13 minutes? Yeah, I probably could have shaved another minute off if I didn't die, and then maybe a few more minutes off of that too if I was using the upstab from the super guard instead of the leaping thrust. And also I was just kind of dicking around trying to break the horns, but yeah, well, that's good enough. So yeah, that's how you lance Diablos a little bit in the beta. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.